Welcome to Canterbury City Centre. You have already discovered the Kent Museum of Freemasonry. What you may not realise is that the Masonic Centre for Canterbury is very close nearby. There have been lodges in Canterbury since 1730 and formed part of the city life ever since. Initially, they met in public houses, but in 1870, the three lodges then meeting decided to have their own premises and obtained 38 St Peter's Street. Now, let's go and take a look inside the lodge room itself. Here we are in the lodge room itself, and it's the home for the present 10 craft lodges which meet here in Canterbury. It was built in 1880 and dedicated by Viscount Holmesdale, whose portrait you can see on the wall in the museum itself. This is Canterbury, but wherever you go, a lodge room will be set out in a similar fashion. In the east sits the Worshipful Master, and his two principal officers, called the Senior and Junior Wardens, sit respectively in the west and the south, while the two principal administrative officers, the Treasurer and the Secretary, sit in the north. Now let's take a closer look at some of the items in the room. The Worshipful Master sits here in the east, and in front of him there is a pedestal upon which is placed what we call the volume of the Sacred Law. It is usually the Holy Bible, but may be changed for a person being admitted who is of a different faith to a holy book of his choice. On top of the volume are the square and the compasses. The volume of the Sacred Law, the square and the compasses are known as the three great lights of Masonry. The brother who occupies the chair as Worshipful Master usually does so for a period of 1 year. He is in fact succeeded by the Senior Warden, who sits here, who in turn is succeeded by the Junior Warden, who sits here. You will have noticed on their pedestals are two brass columns, one upright and the other on its side. These represent the pillars which stood at the entrance of King Solomon's temple, and their positions are reversed during the course of our ceremonies. Here in Canterbury, in the centre of the room, is what we call the tracing board, which contains 3 painted boards for each of the 3 degrees of Masonry, each with a story attached, which is explained during the course of our ceremonies. You will have noticed that around the rooms are a number of framed documents. These are the charters or warrants issued by United Grand Lodge of England, authorising lodges to meet and to admit Masons. They date back to the day when the lodge was founded. For instance, this one dates back to 1873. You will have noticed our fabulous Gothic stalls. Some say they came from the cathedral, but I think they were probably made for the room. But it still makes a very fine Canterbury tale. I am a Canterbury Mason, and I'm very proud to have been able to show you our lodge room, which is a little known jewel in our historic city. I do hope that you've enjoyed your visit.